Yo, Crypto Nation and Mighty Family, what's going on? It is another Saturday with your two favorite people, Crypto Mikkel and Nemesis. Yo.
What's up?
What's up? We got Jason the Tiger Osborne. What's going on? We got my man Life Size Box. Yo. How's everything in the crazy land of Vegas? What's up? Hey, what's going on, Kyle Rosa? We got Crypto Badale. What's up? Sonia, what's up, my man? Java Hava. We got that DogeLord apparel. Don't delay. Buy today. You can get awesome shirts like this one. Yo. Make sure it says Nemesis 99. Because you got 99 problems, but Bitcoin ain't one of them. Yo. Hey, what's going on, Bitcoin Jake?
DogeLord coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Don't delay. Get some brew today.
Right? Do not delay. Brew today. Brew today.
That's right.
Is it midnight? Brew one.
I don't know about all that. Unless you're DogeLord.
Right.
That guy drinks coffee at midnight.
Oh, dude, man, my grandfather was the same way, man. He'd drink a whole pot before going to bed. I'm like, how? But that was he comes from a whole different breed. I mean, you're talking about a man who would drink about 6 to 7 pots of coffee a day. If that man was alive today, he would brew a DogeLord. He would totally brew DogeLord coffee. That would be his only coffee to go to. I'm just saying. Because I'd make sure of it. Just saying.
Stop.
Right? No, you cannot get that store-bought stuff. It's not good enough. Only the DogeLord's good enough for the grandpa.
It's almost bad. Dumped my controller from my presets, and it started raising my desk up. My microphone was in the way, and I was like, "No, stop!" I definitely don't like where the buttons are.
Yeah, I've seen that. They're like, it's like right where your knee wants to live. Especially if you got it lowered down so that you can work at that height. Your right knee, it's your right knee, right?
No, it's it's the arm from the chair. The arm from the chair is the perfect height to like tap it.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, I've seen people like hitting it before, like while they're using it in stand-up mode. They'll bump into it, and you'll see the desk just like lower. It's like, oh no!
Like, no, come back
here.
I was typing.
It's like a slow motion fade. No. Oh man, I so love my new desk. I love my new desk layout. And what's even kind of cooler is that during my live stream earlier today, you couldn't see my microphone with my camera shooting down at my desk.
I couldn't see anything over that dingy little mouse pad you got, man.
Oh, God, everybody's gonna give me shit over that, huh?
I couldn't see anything, no matter what it was. I couldn't even see the fan. I was like,
this desk pad.
Looking at it, I was like, oh, that's a true sad panda. Like,
yeah.
That is the saddest of pandas. Thanks, Anonymous Miner, for
right,
being a team player and sending you a new desk mat to cover up that desk.
I know. My desk is so ugly. And it's
it's not even about the desk. It's all about the mouse pad.
Like your mouse pad just ruined it.
100%.
It's like before I got this new monitor, my desk was a disaster, an absolute disaster. Having this desk forced me to clean up the desk, and oh my god, there was so much shit that I had to get off of my desk. And it's like surprising in how much real estate a old school printer with a copier built into it takes up. It's like with that old printer, I was only able to put like a 27-inch monitor over here. But man, with this 32, oh god, I got so much real estate. I don't know what to do with it all.
Well, now it's gonna look pretty with
nice
nice desk mount across it,
with some DogeLord apparel all over it, and
then take that other one out and take it to the pasture, man. It needs to be put to bed.
no, I told that I like I said on my stream, I would take it to the shooting range, and I'll put it out of its misery with a 9mm. How's that? Would that be sufficient?
That'd be great.
It would it be good if I taped it?
It'd be good if you taped it, but you couldn't post it to YouTube. They wouldn't like that. I mean, maybe. I've seen people shoot guns on YouTube.
There are tons of firearm videos that are monetized. It'd be different if I'm like sitting there in the streets or something. Hey, look, I can shoot this can. Wow. It's like, no, I don't think that's how it works. But if I'm at a legal shooting range where it's legal to fire off as many fucking rounds as I want, I don't see how they could have any problem. I don't, especially if you're like, hey, I'm going to murder. I'm going to murder this desk pad.
Make that sad panda happy.
Right. Yeah, that
was misery.
Hells yeah, man. Kyle Rosa with the G-Lock. Yeah, 3D printers for the win. They go brrr. Hey, I've put 200 rounds through mine, and it like there's no issues with it. Everybody's like, those aren't so safe. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Exactly. I'm like, the parts that are needing to be metal are metal. And then I go to look at a new one, and I was like, oh man, these are 3D printed too. They've just got serial numbers on them.
They're just the new ones are just injection molded. That's all they are.
Yeah, I was like,
injection molded with polycarbonate, and that's it. Like,
yep.
There's no. All we have to do is, the rest of the 20% of the work.
Right.
That's it.
I'm down.
I'm cool with the 20%.
I know. I had somebody like sitting there talking about them, and I'm like, and they're like, you know how to build them? And I'm like, they're not hard. They're like, how much? And I'm like, it depends on the parts you want on top of the grip. It can go from mild to wild.
If you build it like completely stock, I mean, you'll see like a $300 to $400 difference.
Oh my god, yeah.
If it's like from like stock Glock to 80%.
Well, mine was like
that's a good like maybe $300 to $400 difference.
Oh
like,
yeah,
just between the two.
The setup that
for the
I have,
same exact thing.
Yeah, for the setup that I have, it would have costed me like $950-ish. And I spent like I spent $435 on mine altogether, and I looked at the equivalent to what I built, and I was like, oh wow, yep. I got some good equipment on here. Palamos Armory, oh yeah, that's good stuff right there.
That's what I have on mine too. But, I mean, it lets you.
Gives you choices.
I like it. I like it a little better because it gives you the opportunity to have the opportunity to customize, because otherwise it'd be way too expensive.
Oh yeah.
Because you'd have to buy the base, which is already $300 to $400 more than what you just spent, and then you got to buy the upgrade parts too.
Yeah.
So there's another extra $300-$400.
but talking about some mining stuff though.
Yeah.
Did you know that this could turn off the internet?
I was listening to your stream and I was like, so that explains it.
Yeah. So obviously last night
Is that the same Delta fan that got your finger?
No, it's not.
Oh dang! I was like, if it was, I was like, man, that Delta fan's out to get you.
Yeah, no. This is a different Delta fan. This one was trying to get a hash sacrifice. So
that was the same one, man. I was like, that one deserves to go out to the pasture too.
Yeah. I would take this to the shooting. I'd ask them, can I shoot this in your shooting range? I will go out into your shooting range and sweep
I'll
it
go
off.
clean it up.
Right, I will go clean it up. I just want to shoot this on video. This is taking blood from me and tried to burn my house down. It's a dead man.
Killed my internet mid-live stream.
Oh God, yeah. And it's like it was a goofy one to try to figure out too, right? So I open up the case and I fire it up with the case off so I can see what's going on. And I don't see the fan, right? Like where it's sitting at, you don't see it. Like you can hear it normally, but there's 5 other Delta fans going off. You were not hearing one not going off, right?
You're not gonna notice one.
No,
like
no.
Half of them were off. You would notice the pitch.
Right.
difference.
Yeah, but only one. Yeah, no. So I'm sitting here and I see 2 of my they're 1070 Ti's. They're the Gigabyte Gamer X's, so they're the 3 fans. And I'm watching the where it says Gigabyte on it. It turns on. It starts to color shift and then turns off, and then turns back on. Starts to color shift, turns off, turns back on, and none of the others are doing that. So I'm like, oh wow. These are some dead-ass risers, obviously, you know. I'm going down like, okay, this has got to be a dead riser flickering, you know. So I go to change, right, so I go to pull it out. I pulled the one out and plugged it in, and it was still doing the same thing. So I unplugged the other GPU next to it, fired it up, and it was doing the same thing, but it wouldn't boot. I'm like, the fuck is going on? So I turn off that one. It still doesn't really want to boot. And I'm like, all right, now I got to go after GPU 1, but I don't want to I can't pull it out of there because it's on the riser. And the motherboard, there's not enough room to put a GPU directly onto the motherboard because the back side of the server case doesn't have provisions for a GPU, which was fine because I was never going to run it that way. So I pull out the fan and I plug in an HDMI cable to it, and I turn it on, and I notice that the fan doesn't turn on. And so I turn the whole rig off, and I'm like, huh, that's odd. And I lift it up, and I'm like, that looks like only one wire connected to it. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, great. Now I got to pull everything apart to figure out what happened here. And I pull everything off the runner, lift the runner up because all the connections are underneath the runner. And I lift it out and I see the cable is like sitting there laying right up against a rivet on the frame. Sitting there,
of all the things.
Yeah, sitting there putting 12 volts through a rivet.
Do a case that went to it was the network switch, right?
Yeah, it right into my network switch. And it like backfed the network switch, and at the same time as it backfed the network switch, and the network switch had a seizure and turned off, but in that process it nabbed a little bit on my my modem, so it made my internet in the house kind of flicker for a moment until it turned off.
Stream went away last night.
Right, and it wasn't wanting to come back for a little bit either. I was having all sorts of issues, but I didn't realize that my whole farm was down at that time. So I get up on the Discord, and that's when I realized that the whole farm had gone down in that time frame. And I'd been on Discord for a little while before I checked the farm before going to bed. And that's when I was like, oh, fuck. I've been on Discord for an hour. My rig's been down for an hour and 20 minutes. That's about the time that the stream died. And there's, like, nothing wrong with the fan. I mean, the bearings sound good. It still spins freely. So there's nothing wrong with the primary or secondary coils on this. I guarantee you, it looks like there's a clip that I can take off the center shaft. And I'm hoping I can pop off the fan. If I can pop off the fan, I can resolder this back up. And I guarantee you it'll fire back up.
Right on.
I will guarantee it.
If you can get it off.
Yeah, as long as I can get the fan. Because, like, I've got to be able to expose where it's connecting in on the circuit board right below the fan.
Right. That's wild.
Oh yeah, and what's even more wild is that the power supply on this melted about 30 minutes before that fucking happened.
Yep. Double whammy that night, man.
Oh yeah, I was like, the hell? I'm like, thank God this doesn't smell like it let the smoke out.
It kept all the smoke inside.
I'm hoping so.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't smell bad at all. So that night I was only smelling the fucking the capacitor acid. That's all I could smell. And what was funny is, like, I go to research that, and the power supply that was rated what these originally came with. It might not have been that brand, but it was a 5 amp power supply. So I ordered up a 20 amp.
Be careful. The atom miner that I had took a specific power supply, and you could not go above, could not go below.
Oh, no,
exactly right. Otherwise, you could overdo it.
Right. It was actually one of the ones recommended for these.
Okay.
Yeah. It has the right voltage going to it, but it has a higher threshold on the amperage, which just gives you, it's not so much that you can take more power from it. It means that everything is rated to have that consistent heat load on it.
That's right, DogeLord.
And what's even cooler,
smash the like button, hit that bell notification.
and what's weird about this is that it's like 5 little ASIC chips in here with the consistency of a Raspberry Pi cooler on it. This bottom, there's a thermal pad between it. I replaced the thermal pad on it. Yeah, I could take it apart real quick too. Hey, I got a screwdriver.
It probably never have been replaced.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you that had never been. That like came off in chunkies. Oh yeah, I was like scraping it off. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Also, guys, don't forget. Post it in the chat a couple times. In about 9 minutes. Jump Change XC's having his 20K sub giveaway. They're giving away 2 Octa miners at A4000. Ooh.
Just a thermal pad on a little cooler base. Yeah, this is it. And it's got, let me see if I can get the angle of the dangle here. There we go. 5 little ASIC chips.
Oh. It's so cute.
Oh yeah, it is. It's so cute. It's so cute. But yeah, for the Bitcoin side, it gets like 6.5 gigahash, and then it gets 1 megahash on Litecoin for the utilization of 65 watts.
Jason says, Nims, are you mining Bitcoin or Litecoin with the grid seed?
Both.
Now he's mining nothing.
Well, before the power supply gave out on it, I was actually, you can mine both. You are not limited to just the one. If you don't put once I get the my power supply and I can get this thing fired back up, I'm gonna do a video on this for anybody who's never really messed with one of these before. You have to download the drivers for this, and that'll initially open it up so that you can use CPU miner. And with CPU miner, you can sit there and mine Litecoin. And then you have to download another application that will allow you to update the drivers for this. And then from there, you can download CG Miner and start mining Bitcoin. And there's specific miners for it, for the gold, for this thing. You can't just utilize just the latest update for CPU Miner or for CG Miner. You have to make sure you got the one that's got the grid seeds. How it has to be downloaded onto it. I don't know if this is like emulates almost like an FPGA, or if this is truly the early day ASICs. I mean the early day, early day ASICs, or were these like kind of early day FPGA modules?
I think early day ASICs.
Right, and that's what I was thinking too, like early day ASICs. But it was just like, you know. It's weird how
two chips would be for Bitcoin, 2 chips would be for Litecoin. The chip in the middle would be the brains to go between.
I don't know. I haven't actually. I was afraid to actually lift it, but I don't know if there's anything on the other side of this. Like if there's like an APU or of some sort on one side. And then it's got 5 ASIC, little mini ASIC chips on the other side. Yeah, I've actually like never really like looked into it really.
How about running it on a Raspberry Pi? Running what? Like the miner or the grid seed? You can't run the grid seed on the Pi.
No. Well, you can run the software that boots it up on a Pi.
Right.
Because you have to have this hooked up to a computer of some sort to run the software. And then this just does the work.
No control board.
No.
Okay.
Your computer is the control board, so
then
you can use the Pi would be the most efficient thing to use.
Very nice. But seen an article come across here that the 3080 12 gigabyte is actually supposed to be announced next week.
Yes.
We should hear more about that next week.
I believe that's going to turn the 3080 10 gigabyte end of life, since they're now concentrating on the 3080 Ti 12 gig. So this is going to be the new replacement, which means it's going to be another LHR card for sure.
Oh, for sure.
The only one that I'm questioning if it is or isn't is going to be the 3090 Ti.
I mean, according to this article, it says it's not.
And that's because of the dollar amount.
This is not a super refresh or a new Ti variant, but a relatively small update to the new existing SKU. According to the leaks, 12 gigabyte feature not only 2 gigabytes more than the original 10 gigabyte, but it also has a wider memory bus, which is a result from increasing the maximum bandwidth from to 912 gigabytes. Furthermore, a new G0102 GPU featuring 8960 CUDA cores. So that's a whole new die. So yeah, it's gonna be LHR for sure.
Which one?
This is the 3080.
Oh,
12 gigabyte.
oh yeah, yeah. Because it's based
Running
on.
a GA 102 GPU.
Mm-hmm. It's based on the 30 Ti. That's why. The Ti.
12 gigabyte bus.
Yeah, the TIs are going to be your bin chips, and the non-TI is going to be the ones that didn't hit the TI standard. And that's why the 3080 10 gig is obsolete now.
Contemporary build, the 3090 Ti flagship GPU with 450 gigabytes or 450 watts TDP on Tuesday, and now we'll add 350 watts TDP for the 3080 12 gigabyte. 350 watts. Jeez. 3090 Ti made 450 watts. Yeah, it's a lot.
Now I don't have mine running at that, but it's basically it's
Right.
a turn
Well, yeah, I'm saying
it's a turn down 3090 is what it is.
Yeah. No, I was referring to the 3090 Ti.
Oh yeah, the 3090 Ti.
450 watts is
Yeah.
what they're referencing in this article.
Well, the
I was
EVGA, if you BIOS flashed your top of the line EVGA 3090, instead of it having a threshold of 350 watts, you would get the 425 watts. So seeing the Ti be able to hit higher than that, I'm not surprised. But people don't realize it. Like, let's say you're using it in a gaming application, and it goes, "Hey, we need balls."
3090.
Let's say it needs balls to the wall. People have recorded your top of the line GPUs hitting 900 watts for a brief moment, and that's just with the regular 3090. They've seen 900 to 950, especially when using LN2. It is not uncommon to see that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the 3090 original had a TDP of 350 watts, and 3090 Ti is 450 watts. Whole 100 watts, man.
Yeah, but like I said, the one EVGA you
I
could
like
flash though, and it would achieve that too. So I mean, there's workarounds where you can unlock your card and make it drink.
Pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He says she's three streams at the same time. Yeah, I know. Tonight's Jump Change's huge giveaway tonight. I encourage everyone to go over there.
Right.
Maybe you'll win an A4000 tonight. Let me know if one of y'all win it. That's pretty cool.
It's mine. Don't worry. It's rigged.
It's rigged.
It's rigged.
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 Yeah, but I encourage everyone to go over there. I didn't really have a lot planned tonight just for that. Because it's pretty important. I would like everyone that is here to go over there and just like say DCA raid. Show them some love that we are sending over there.
Right,
it is
right.
greatly appreciated to show that.
Who's the other stream? It's us.
It was Panda.
Oh, Panda was on too? Okay.
Yeah. Panda came on right before us.
Ah.
Yeah.
So. Not feeling well.
You know. Uh-oh, who's not feeling well?
Techman just said not feeling well. That's not good.
I'm getting over not feeling very well myself.
Rona. It's all Rona now. Now there's flu Rona.
Looking at getting one of these.
Oh.
Really cool super cool little base micro micro PC running a Ryzen 9 4900H, which runs quite a bit, man. It's a like 8 cores, 16 threads, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's like either I've got to, I myself, I've either got to get a stream box or I have to build myself one.
8 cores, 16 threads, Ryzen 9. It's an APU. Built right in.
But can you stream with it?
I mean, yeah. You wouldn't be able to like capture your PC's
Yeah,
data.
you see, that's the problem.
Unless you used a external stream capture card, which I've heard people using and have no issues whatsoever.
No.
Like the USB ones.
Yep.
You could plug that into this and be perfectly fine. 100%.
Yep.
So I'm looking at this. Of course, this is with 32 gigabytes of RAM and 500 gigabytes of SSD. The reason being is because this is going to be my new Flux node, because the nodes are restructuring. Everything's getting halved for what it costs to run one. So I'm going to run the higher tiered node for the same amount that I already have, basically, plus a couple thousand of Flux that I already got anyway. But means I need more hardware in order to run this. And running this on a virtual private server like I am now is going to be very costly, because I need 8 cores, 16 threads, 500 gigabytes of storage. I think it doesn't run cheap. I think it would cost me a little over $1,000 a month or a year to run the node.
To sit there and use what? Somebody else's PC.
Yeah, to use someone else's PC.
It's like, oh, I can't afford a PC. What?
I can, like, the one that I'm running now, it's worth it. I already have like a Volter account, so I'm just using my extra resources anyway.
So I have a question.
So it makes sense.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
This is just me thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you sit there and just make a mining PC? Just have it all run on Linux. Set that thing up on there and have it all on a mining rig.
Because the Flux node runs Ubuntu server. The node
Okay.
itself.
Okay, perfect.
So I mean, I could run a VM instance, but I would have to build like a very fast.
No, I'm sure you could
desktop
sit there. I'm sure you could sit there and run a Ubuntu server and still run the mining software on there too with the GPUs.
Yeah. Supposedly, some people have, but doing this, I feel, would be just as cost effective for me. Because this would be dedicated to itself. It can be running. I don't have to touch it. I don't have to touch my node now. Like, I haven't touched it in a year, except to reboot it once. That's it. So, like, something like this would be easier, and not have to worry about, like, if I'm redoing my rigs or something like that, or my rig goes down, then my node's down. And then I gotta go in and reset my node and, like, reboot it and do stuff. Like, I don't want to do all that, personally.
So it's worth $650. Huh?
$650 or, $1,200 in a year. So, I mean, and if I wanted to run a computer, like a mining rig, I would.
Man,
have to
I'm sure glad
cost.
running a Bitcoin node's free, and you can do it on a Pi.
It's true. But if I wanted to like upgrade a mining PC to run this, I would have to spend, money on new hardware anyway. So this is just the better solution. Better solution. Kind of what I'm working on, trying to figure out, and that seems to be the best way to go right now for what's going on.
See, I would wonder if running the Flux node on an AMD CPU, like on a normal on a mining rig CPU, a mining, it'd be a gaming motherboard, but set up for for mining though. If you could run the Flux node while sitting there in mining mode narrow.
No.
Why not?
Because you need all the cores.
You said you only need 8 cores though.
Yeah, 8 core 16 thread.
Right.
That was an 8 core 16 thread CPU, so I would be utilizing all of the cores for that.
So you get yourself a 12 core.
Yeah, it's like if you overkill it, you would have spare head.
Right, now you can mine on it, I mean, that'd be my excuse.
Yeah, you could.
That would be my excuse, going, hey,
you could
I need this.
Yeah. He says need to buy a Pi, so exactly not free, but close. Yeah, you're right. You're right, DogeLord.
Yeah, but I could sit there and run it on my phone.
I mean, with the tier Flux node that hardware runs, you make over $1,000 a month. So, I'm not upset. And it's not like it costs me Flux to run it. I just have to lock up the Flux that I already own. Then I can shut down my node at any time and still touch them. And I own the private keys to it. And now I own the hardware to it, so it more decentralizes their node platform, because they're not running on AWS, or not on AWS, but like on virtual private servers.
Yeah, but how many people are going to go through that process?
Well, they're going to have to here soon, because they upped the the hardware requirements. So paying for a VPS could be expensive now, depending on where you live.
People are going to sit there and be like, well, it flex to the moon,
I mean, maybe, yeah. With the partnership they had today, it's very possible.
So people are now going to be like, oh, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to be a billionaire.
They had a partnership with NVIDIA today.
Yep.
Which is super crazy. With the Inception program, which is Web3 and AI development.
Man, Web3 is such a bullshit terminology. There's no such thing as Web3. That's like sitting there and saying, yeah, that's like sitting there and going, Elon Musk is car version 2. It's like, no, motherfucker, Henry Ford made electric cars over 100 years ago. You did not make something new. It's like sitting there going, the graphics cards today are version whatever graphics card. It's like, yes, but that's actually a physical fucking change.
Yeah.
They haven't changed the internet.
It's a very
Web3 is not.
Yeah.
It's like sitting there and going, hey, I made this work a little bit better, so I've got Web 4 now. Well, I made what you made better, even better, so I've got Web 5. It's like, where does the terminology stop at that point? It's like, no. Let's just clear it all up real quick here. You are now finally understanding how to use, wait for it, the internet. You're using it at its full potential. Oh my lord! You did not make something new.
Internet's like the base layer. You're not recreating the internet.
Right. So where do you get Web 3? Where the fuck is Web 2?
The real web, it's applications. Applications on top of the internet. Web 2 was MySpace, Twitter.
No. Every single thing is built upon the base layer. So what?
Yeah.
The banking website is Web 2 with a Web 3 with a Web 4 behind it. No, it's just a website.
They would rebuild to the
That's just website. That's all it is. It's a website. You're talking about an application. A software application is not a recreation.
You're wrong, but okay.
No. How are you figuring it's wrong? They did not make anything new. That's like sitting there and going, it's like what? The new Ferrari is like, version 22 of the car. No, it's just a Ferrari.
No, it's not the same Ferrari.
You have exactly, but it's not that they remade the what a car is, and they now are. They didn't remake
they remade the Ferrari every time.
It's not remaking the car. It's not remaking what a car is. A car's a car, right?
But a Ferrari,
the internet's an internet.
An F40 is different than a newer Ferrari is. They're not the same.
In F30 versus an F40, you're telling me that the F30 is now Web 3, and then you have the F40 as Web 4. No, that's not how it works. It's just a new model. It's like new software. Ubuntu.
If there was no change, then you couldn't say that.
No, it's a new model. The new model allows a change. New software allows the change.
If it's the same, then it couldn't be the change. But if it physically is different, then yeah, it's different. Why would it be the same?
So who's
web? If it's like a new engine, new chassis, like everything's been rebuilt. It's not the same.
So every time Windows updates, it's new Windows, right?
No, it's still Windows until you go to Windows 11.
Right, it's just a new model. They did nothing to change what the internet is. It's like getting a new car.
No one's changing the internet.
Right. So where's Web 2 coming?
Web 2 is it's application layers.
But that's what it was made for.
God dang, dude.
If it was made,
your head is so thick.
If it was made for that, where do you? It's like. You're updating software, not what the base protocol is.
No shit.
So you still have the internet.
It's
just the internet. It's not Web 2.
No one's changing the internet.
It was still working on Web 1. It's just a now more efficient Web 1. No, it's
okay. Just let it cruise over.
No.
Let it go.
No.
You don't understand.
It's something that it's a terminology that people in the shitcoin markets get into. It's something that was birthed out of them. It was birthed out of it. What are you talking about? The first time I ever heard it, Web 3, it was coming out of the it's coming out of the DeFi market. That's where I heard it from. I'm just fucking telling you where I specifically heard it from. I don't care where you heard it from. I'm telling you where I heard it from. Me personally.
But then you're telling me that I'm wrong, and you're saying that you're right because you heard it and I didn't hear it from where you heard it.
I'm not saying that you're.
That's an invalid argument.
No.
I'm void.
No, you're twisting my words. You're twisting. You're trying to be a lawyer over there. I see how you're trying to be over there. I'm just telling you.
You just don't get it. That's cool.
No. It's bullshit. Web 2, Web 3 is bullshit. It's like,
oh, buddy,
money's money. You have real money, and you got fucking gangbanger, fucking warlord money.
You won't hate on it until Bitcoin comes out with something on Web 3. Then you'll be okay with it.
No,
cool. I get
there's no such thing as Web 3.
Okay.
You have the internet. There is no other thing than the internet.
Anyways, guys, hope you all have a fantastic night. I'm gonna let this fool go since he doesn't quite get it.
No, man. This guy doesn't get it.
Hit the bell
He thinks that you can recreate the internet with Web 3.
No one's recreating the internet.
Then you only have the internet. There is no Web 2 or 3.
Fucking application layers. You don't know software. It's cool.
So
It's all right.
so which variation of software are we using now? You know, if it's
We're
all
still
this,
using Web 2. Still.
if the application
You're using
was
Twitter. You're
part
using Twitter, which is Web 2.
the
So you're using Web
application
2.
is part of
You're
what
using
the
Facebook,
internet is.
and you're using YouTube. That's Web 2.
No, I still don't agree with that whole application
Oh,
of
boy.
it. It's internet. If you were sitting there trying to make internet work, you need applications. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Even with sending a fucking email back in 1990, you still needed software to do so. So you're saying that the internet hasn't been the internet, it's been Web 2 since the 70s?
No.
Because there's applications built on the internet since the 70s.
It's called websites. Those are
Right,
built on Web 1.
right.
On Layer 1.
Yeah, everything is built on layer 1. You need layer 1.
I mean, yes, I'm never saying that
So-
Layer 1 isn't. I'm not saying you don't need Layer 2 or Layer 1.
So
never what I said,
where does
ever.
layer 2 come in if you have to start on layer 1?
Holy shit. You need to go read.
Nobody's
All
been
right.
able to explain that. Nobody can explain that. Everybody,
You don't want to listen.
an application is not a definition.
Nope, I'm done arguing. Done arguing on live stream with you. So, everybody have a fantastic night. Like, subscribe. Put laughy faces in the chat. F's in the chat too. That's cool too. And make sure you go head over to Chump Change's live stream and go win yourself some awesome stuff. Maybe even
You Cal Rosa, it's like same
40,000.
TCP protocols, bro.
No one said you're changing the TCP protocol.
so
You
you're
don't need
still
to change the TCP protocol.
So you're
to
still working
build an
on Web
application
1.
and change application later.
so you're still working on Web 1.
Holy shit. Alright, whatever. Oh, buddy.
It's like I can understand people. Yeah, I'm making something new. This is my new product. I'm cool with people selling it like that, but sitting there going, "Hey, we're reinventing stuff," and you should see how people sell it. I'm not talking about how you sell it. It's how other people are selling it. They're like, "This is the new internet. This is the new thing." It's like, no, that's not how it works. Listen to some of the other fucking shitcoin influencers and how they fucking
dial-up internet. Heard that. Heard that.
Hey man, the layer 1 of dial-up was you actually took your phone and put it onto a receiver,
Not layer
dude.
1 of dial-up. No, see, now you're going backwards. All right. Oh boy.
You see, whenever they sat there and
Nope,
actually
nope,
upgraded
nope.
that,
No.
going from the actual, hey, we need to put the phone on here to just put the cable into it, click. That was a version change. That was like getting a new car. You're like, oh my god, this is so fast. I've got a whole whopping 212 megabytes. So much memory. Oregon Trail is awesome. Let's see Web 3 take Oregon Trail. All right, guys. Rolling on the floor, dial up still scares me. It yells at you and stuff. Sounds like a bomb about to go off. AOL, got mail? So, all right, guys, definitely go hit up over at Chump Change. Go DCA raid. Go pop up in there. Go say hey. and we'll all see you in there, guys. Definitely check out Jay on is it Monday
Nope,
or no?
He is gone. He's gone
Oh,
for
yeah.
a work trip.
Yes.
He's
That's why you see. I'm like, I think he's not in
He
town.
leaves. Yeah, he leaves. I think tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I was like, that's why I like stopped and I was like, oh, look at the watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
He'll be gone for like minimum the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
Minimum. If the job doesn't take any longer than that.
Right. So
So
you'll get
he gets his job done fast.
right, and you guys won't get your weekly news on the market. Is Bitcoin pumping or damping? And rest in peace, Gorka Twin or whatever. I forget how to say his name. The pump it guys. The one dude fucking
Pamp it.
Yeah, the pamp it.
Pamp it.
The one twin passed away at the age of 72. So now there's only one of those weird looking motherfuckers. Pamp it.
Strange people. Love it.
I know. So, all right, guys. Well, I guess you're gonna have to wait until the whole DeFi thing coming up. What, Wednesday?
I mean, we'll do it on Tuesday.
We'll do it on Tuesday.
Probably.
All right.
Probably do it on Tuesday or something. And then, of course, the Wednesday news, and then Thursdays play to earn stuff.
Right.
And then Friday and Saturday, and the rest of the week. So.
YOLO. Sounds like a plan. And make sure you guys smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And like always, we will definitely see you all on the next one.
Yo.
Stay savage. Yo.